All right, all right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derek Forston. They call me Mr. ILF, and again, I'm super excited. We usually talk about the software system that kind of runs this whole business. So welcome, guys, wherever you're tuning in from. My name is Derek Forston. I'm the owner and operator of Second Chance Housing. That's my personal independent living facility. But I'm also the founder of Forston Consultants, and that's where my family and I, we go all over the world sharing exactly what this is in terms of what we do, which is called independent living facilities. So again, I'm Derek Forston, guys, and I go all over the world sharing with people, how in the world do you start this housing program that we're talking about and it not require a license and you don't have to own the property? So again, guys, I'll be honest, man, I'm like one of those old Baptist preachers. I got the same sermon. My message doesn't change, guys. If you've been following me for any amount of time, you will know that if you listen to me long enough, Charmaine, tell these people that my message really doesn't change. I want to teach you guys how to take folks from homeless to hopeful. I want to show you how you can do that in a shared living environment. And I want to show you how you can do that without owning the property. You can lease it or rent it. And then over the last 18 months to 2 years, we developed the HRA, which is called the Housing Referral Agency, which teaches you guys how to do exactly what we do, but you don't need the real estate. You actually only need relationship. So we teach you to make referrals to people. The same coaching of how we get your phone ringing, the same coaching of building the relationships. But now when your phone rings and they say, hey, can you house Johnny? Well, you don't have a house to house Johnny, so you're going to make a referral to somebody else. As simple as maybe posting it on social media. And we give a lot of ways to do that. So a simple way is, hey, guys, hey, Facebook family, hey, Instagram family, hey, TikTok family. If you have a housing program, let me know. I have a 55-year-old male that needs a place to live. He gets $980 a month. And I got the rest of the information if you will call me. That's literally, guys, how we do that, how you guys become an HRA, a housing referral agent. And a lot of you guys, that's going to be the stepping stone for you before you get your own house. So again, if you guys want that information, got a free webinar, 14 minutes, y'all, to change your life and teach you how you can make an income and impact tomorrow and not waiting 3 and 5 and 6 months until you get a house. So text the phrase HRA, just those 3 letters, to 407-326-0086. Again, if you text HRA to 407-326-0086, and I just put it on screen for you as well, that'll give you our HRA webinar. As soon as you get that text message, you got to click that link. You fill in the information. I think it's your name, email, and phone number. Boom, instant download. Okay, access to that portal to be able to watch that webinar. So again, I just want to make sure you guys understand, because all of you new people that are joining us, y'all have no clue. Some of y'all that it's more than just you housing these people yourself. What do you do if you start listening to my coaching and your phone starts ringing tomorrow for people? So we teach you how to utilize the HRA to be able to house people, take people from homeless to hopeful, and you don't need the real estate. You need the relationship of the people that already have the real estate. And again, guys, that's a big part of what the HRA is. Now, if we're all family here, no problem. But if anybody's new to me, I just don't want to take that for granted and just start talking over people's heads, right? I always like to kind of give that intro. But again, just to make a long story short, God literally showed me my vision through a lady that was doing this the wrong way. So I saw a lady housing people in rats and roaches and filth and grime. That same lady, y'all, was making 41 grand a month, right? So again, I used to be a social worker praying to God to get into something just like this. And God showed me my vision through a lady that was doing this the wrong way, y'all. She was housing people in rats and roaches and what I would call just mistreating people. That same lady showed me that she was making 41 grand a month doing it, though. And I was like, wow. And guys, it blew my mind. So for a long time, I never knew how much she made. And for a long time, I never knew the conditions in which she was housing these people. But as you see on that picture, as a social worker, man, I dreamed to do this. Because remember, as a social worker, I was the guy on the other side of the fence trying to get it. But again, to make a long story short, because I could talk about this for 2 hours, just this first part. But when she said one day, Derek, I'll never teach you how to do this, but let me show you what I make doing it. And y'all, that's when she pulled her phone out and showed me through her Chase Bank app that she was making 41 grand a month. And I was like, oh my God. And then one day I snuck to all of her places and just went on my own. And when I saw the filth and the grime and the rats and the roaches, I was like, oh my God. And this same lady, y'all, would come to my hospital with her Gucci outfit on, her nails done, the best weave money could buy, her luxury vehicle, all the things that will let you know that somebody's doing well in life. And I really respected this lady, y'all. But when I found out that she was housing people in rats and roaches, that respect went right down the window. And I said basically to myself, man, how can I get into this? Because these are the conditions that I saw. Beds on the ground, burnt up kitchens, people sleeping in front of the kitchen stove. Y'all, I seen some bad stuff. And again, I don't hide this, y'all. I was making $28,000 a year. So trust me, I was big in God to change my life. And I always show these pictures because I love to show people where the concept came from. I didn't just wake up one day and just say, well, you know what, I'm going to do this. My dream was to help people and get into real estate my whole life. And God was like, Derek, you want to help people? You want to get into real estate? Let me show you an idea. Let me show you a lady that's mistreating people, Derek, and she make 41 grand a month doing it. Basically, guys, that was kind of the roadmap for me to see something that was already on my heart and then to change it to the way that we do it today. So how dare you put people on cinder blocks to hold the bed up when you make 41 grand a month? So today we flipped it, and this is what it looks like today. And now we go all over the world sharing what this is. So my goal is that most people leave and resign from their job between 3 to 9 months of meeting me. That average is 6 to 9 months, but I throw that 3 in there too. And then I also tell people that if you got one of those jobs that don't get on your nerves, they don't aggravate you, you got your own office, it's easy, then we keep your job for a little while then. No rush to leave. Guys, I couldn't wait to get away from that job to do something that I thought was just more meaningful. Does that make sense, everybody? So I'll admit, y'all, most times it takes me 45 minutes to tell y'all what I just said. Tonight, I'm doing real good. And Charmaine, they ain't gonna give me no credit. My wife ain't here tonight, so nobody's gonna give me credit for doing this really fast. I went live on TikTok today for 15 minutes and dropped 2 gems. Hopefully some of those people are here today. 2 gems of how do we fill these empty beds? I've been getting that question so much this week. How in the world do we fill these empty beds? Social workers and case managers and word of big mouth. Most people, guys, 95% of the social workers and case managers and social service providers that find us, I posted a video today of me visiting the jail, talking to them about housing. They found me on social media running my big mouth. Because I always ask people, ma'am, sir, how did you find us? Because I want to let my team know what's working. Everybody here lately, TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. So guess what we've been doing? Going strong on TikTok. In fact, for the next 7 days, well, actually 7 days in a row, today made day 2. I'm going live on TikTok for 7 days straight. So join me tomorrow. I'm telling people to follow me on TikTok because I'm not really deciding what time. I'm just randomly doing it for 7 days in a row. Did it yesterday, did it today. I don't know however long I'll be on there. Now, the day before yesterday, I was on there for over an hour and a half. Today was only like 19 minutes. Tomorrow, who knows? But I'm going live on TikTok 7 days in a row. But watch this. This is what I shared with them today. And all of y'all could do this right now. And I'll admit, most of my one-on-one people get this usually around their second or third coaching. But I'm going to give it to y'all tonight. We literally use the zip code in which you live in. So whatever your zip code is, I would go to Google and type in the word mental health hospital in your zip code. All of those places that come out from that. And again, you can type in the word mental health hospital. You can type in the word social services and then boom, your zip code. Guys, it's going to list 10, 20, 30, 50 places in a chronological order in terms of distance from you. Now, years ago, before we got real fancy and I got all of these VAs, guys, we literally, I would take all of those places and write down the phone number, the website, and I would call and get a contact for the director of social work, the director of case management. I just told you guys right there in 15 seconds what a lot of people will hide from you. I take your zip code and I type in mental health hospital. It's going to spit out 20 or 30 places. Some of y'all can also use your Maps app on your phone, MAPS, Maps. Type it in there, mental health hospital, and watch it give you 15 to 25 places. And guys, I will write those numbers down, the email address for people. I would visit the website and get all the information so that when I make my call, the call sounded like this. Hello, may I speak to the director of social work, please? Yes, I'll hold. Hey, Miss Jillian, how's it going? Great. And by now, guys, I've had my place already, or even as an HRA with no house, I still can say this. Hey, Miss Jillian, how's it going? Great. My name is Derek, and I represent Second Chance Housing. And we take people from homeless to hopeful in a shared living environment. I would love to know when's the next time I can meet with you and your team so that we can talk about how we can take people from homeless to hopeful. I only need 5 minutes of your time. It won't take long at all. And we always bring coffee and donuts. Guys, I've been saying that spiel for 8 years. Now, for the last 2 years, my assistant Jess does that same spiel. It's simply introducing myself, asking for somebody that's in charge, like the director or the supervisor of social work. And now I'm telling them who I am and what I do. My name is Derek. I represent, plug in your name. I would like to know when is the best time and date that I can meet you and your team to discuss how we can work together to take people from homeless to hopeful. We have an independent living facility where we take people from homeless. We have an independent living facility, which is a shared living environment. I work with case managers just like you, that when you guys are discharging people, you guys can give us a call. We use digitalflowsolutions.net. That's the software system that we use that runs every business that we have. Digital Flow Solutions.net. I'll put that in the chat now. My wife and I own 8 businesses, y'all, and every one of those businesses are ran through Digital Flow Solutions. It serves as our website, CRM, our business phone line, social media management, and email management. It's all in one place. And with our coaching, we give it to you. You don't even have to buy it separately. But let's just say you run a daycare, you want a website for that, we can still cover you for that because it covers any industry. I don't care if you fry chicken and sell it, you bake chocolate chip cookies and sell that. You're a mechanic, you're a chiropractor, you have a dental office, or you sell icy cups, or as we call flips from where I'm from, in the summertime, and you sell it. Whatever you do, you need a website, guys. We're in 2025. No website, you don't exist. Without a website, you don't exist. One more time, without a website, without social media, you don't exist. So again, I don't care if you fry the best fried chicken in your city. If nobody don't know about it, how would they know to come and buy it from you? So Charmaine's program is called Tremendous Joy. Meaning when you move into this place, you should feel tremendous joy because the love of God is already here. And I have no clue if that's her slogan, but I'm just good at that. And I saw that name one time and ran with it. Notice Charmaine's name doesn't say housing or home or living. Dummy me, y'all coach 8 years ago. I didn't know you shouldn't do that. Charmaine better not put the word housing in her name because she's under my coaching. I found out years later, Charmaine, that using the word home, housing, or living makes me look bad at the bank in terms of being a high-risk industry. Watch this. Here goes some free coaching. The bank hate real estate, y'all. So we don't call our business nothing to do with what the bank hates. Tremendous Joy is so generic that she's a low-risk, high-reward for the bank. I don't want Charmaine to be a high risk, low reward. No, low risk, high reward. So we use generic names because what my name is today, because I didn't know any better, is Second Chance Housing. But under my coaching today, I would have been called Second Chance Solutions, Second Chance Enterprise, or just Second Chance. Notice she didn't use Tremendous Joy Solutions. She don't have to. Amazon didn't put solutions on the end of their name. JC Penney's didn't put solutions on the end of their name. I just give you guys the name that the banks love. Either you go generic like Charmaine, or you add solutions, enterprise, project, group, foundation, any of those names. Does that make sense, everybody? And if it don't, nod your head anyway and pretend it does, because I just gave you the game on, again, what's going to be the difference between you getting a $1,000 credit card for business and a $10,000 credit card for business. Tremendous Joy Housing gets a $1,000 credit card. Tremendous Joy gets $12,000 and a $1,000 line of credit. Simply because of the name that she chose. Anyway, so those are some of the smaller gems that I dropped today. That one thing was using your zip code. Amazon has nothing to do in terms of the name, meaning that it sounds like a logistics company. Amazon. I have to ask Charmaine what she does in order to know. I can't tell by her name. That's a good business name to have. Dummy me years ago, Yanni thought that I said, well, I want people to know I house people, so I'm going to use the word housing. That's dumb. But I didn't know that, Jacqueline. I found that out after I paid for a bunch of coaching and paid a lot of money for the guy to say, hey, man, don't use words like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So guess what? Every business I have now, all 7 of the other ones, because I got 8 of them. Second Chance Housing is the only business that the bank will look at as a kind of a high risk. But thank God for me, I've been in it so long now, I'm good. But every business I have now either ends in enterprise or solutions, or it's a generic name. Prime example, I have a company called Qualified Circle. Right now, none of y'all don't know what that is. Now, unless you heard me talking and teaching about it, I'll write you $1,000 check right now, or I'll Zelle you $1,000 right now if you could tell me what my company Qualified Circle does. You don't know because it's so generic. Now, if you heard me teaching on or you seen a PowerPoint, you don't count. But I guarantee you right now, any new person under me right now, if you can tell me what Qualified Circle does, as one of my 8 companies, I'll Zelle you $1,000 right now. Right now. And I bet you don't know, because that's the whole point of naming it like that. Make sense, everybody? Somebody should be thinking, why did Charmaine choose that? What is in Tremendous Joy? Where did that come from? Always be prepared to tell the story. Make sense, everybody? When you choose this name, always be prepared to tell the story. Look how I took her name earlier without even asking her and came up with this whole meaning. Look at the way that I view Second Chance Housing for me. The population that I serve, y'all, I know them so well that by the time they meet me, they've probably screwed up in life 55 times. But by the time they meet me and my company, this is your second chance today. And that's something that I wanted to stand on, regardless of where you been, your background, what you look like, smell like, and how many times you screwed up in life. The day that you meet me, this is your second chance. I got a whole story behind that. Make sense, everybody? I taught a young lady this game, I want to say about 4 years ago. She named it after her aunt who raised her, taught her everything about womanhood, again, raised her, showed her the way of life, took over when her mom passed away. But what itched my skin a little bit is that she got out of this faster and put more effort in getting out of it than she did to make it work. So what I mean, y'all, it hurt my feelings, and I don't even know the lady. That it hurt my feelings that she named this after a loved one, but didn't put the work behind it to make it work. To me, that's disrespectful. And that's why I say I want to be careful how I say this, y'all. I don't want to step on no toes, but I'll be that gummed, that's an old word, to keep me from cussing, that you named this after your mama, your brother, your daddy, your grandmother, and you don't put the work into it to make it work. Now watch this. Everybody under the sound of my voice right now, this don't go for you. I believe right now so strong in my heart and in my faith that you guys are great people just like me and my family. And y'all want to make this work. But please do not name this after a loved one and don't put the work in to further that legacy. Prime example, and I'm not being funny when I say this. My wife named her program the Angela Denise Foundation. She named it after her mom that passed away. It's been about 12, 13 years. Guys, even myself, let's just say if Shay would have just laid it down and quit, guys, I would have put so much in that because she's my wife just to make it work, to carry her mom's legacy. Guys, that is disrespect. To name something after a loved one that we call ourselves trying to save people and help people, and you don't put the work in it to make it happen. So watch this. I cared more about it than she did, which has probably made me mad. So let me calm down. But I watched the lady, y'all, get into this, name it after her auntie, who was like her mom. And y'all, she got out of this and put more effort getting out of it than she did in it to make it work. Let that not be your story. Make sense, everybody? I'm just going through these slides to let y'all just kind of see it. These are some of the slides that I often have that I don't talk about that much. This is the reason why I also love the ILF model, because most of the people that I'm housing, they're also very handy. These ain't paid people from a company. I house these guys, y'all. So guess what happens when the garbage disposal breaks? Hey, Mr. Carlos, can you come over and fix that? Okay. Now, I did have to call American Home Shield about a week ago to fix my refrigerator because nobody could do that. So all of my maintenance issues, guys, we use American Home Shield. I'm not handy whatsoever. My God, my dad and my God didn't bless me with handy hands. I'm more of a thought leader. I'm a thinker. I got 1,000 ideas a minute, but I can't put half of them together. And that's why we use virtual assistants. Okay. So that purchase that you made, Miss Kathy, what's beautiful about that package that you get everything my one-on-one people get. Now you just don't get me, but all of the same coaching, even on video, you get it. There is nothing I don't talk about to my one-on-one people that's not in that DIY. The only difference with them is that they can pick up the phone and call me. Okay. That's why people really like that one-on-one coaching, but people also like the DIY, especially here lately because we're offering that $47 a month to be in the one-on-one group. Okay, so if you didn't know about that, Kathy, there's a group that my one-on-one people are just in because it's a part of their package. But you guys, for that small fee that I charge off for that package, I'll allow y'all to get in that group for only $47 a month. And we meet every third Wednesday of the month, and you can text questions 5 days a week. And it's in a Telegram group. So I'll be honest, a lot of people out of probably the 30, you now make probably 38 people in less than 2 weeks that have purchased that. Says, Derek, I'm going to be honest, bro. I'm only buying this package because you're giving me all that paperwork. And Derek, I want to be a part of that group. So a lot of people tell me, Derek, I'm buying this because of that group. And I want that paperwork because I know you spent $8,000 on it. So guys, all the paperwork, I'm sure y'all heard me say this 1,000 times, but when I went through a lawsuit many years ago and it was $40,000 and I made the Channel 8 news, guys, my lawyer built the paperwork that now runs this whole business. And it's not just one piece of paper. It's all the paperwork that you need. It's probably over 7 different documents, at least. Okay, including your lease, which I'll admit, guys, we don't even call it a lease in our paperwork. Very different in the court of law, what you call that. Okay, so just to give you a little bit of a, an occupancy agreement is different from a lease. That's a gem all in itself if you don't know it. And we give y'all that paperwork. So again, we on purpose price that DIY so low that I almost want people to feel bad about it if they don't get it. Now, don't take that the wrong way. Don't get upset. Don't get mad. But I'll be honest, that is so low for what we're giving you. I almost want people to feel bad about it if they don't get it. That's why we made it so low. Good stuff. Super interactive tonight. Thank y'all so much for kind of joining me in conversation, not letting me do all the talking. My voice gets pretty raw. I speak all the time. So thank y'all for just being super interactive too. You guys asked me what kind of people we serve. Even though I wasn't talking through it, I'm still showing you. So right here, 18 years and older is the absolute starting point. The young folks are not my cup of tea. Okay, just being honest. You got to know yourself when you're doing this, guys. What is the community dictating? What is your lifestyle like? And what can you put up with? I'm not real good with the younger crew, but I love these older people, the military veterans. That is my crew right there. I like them veterans because they don't need nothing from me but a nice place to live. Okay? All right, so now unto him that is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all we can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great. I'll see y'all Saturday morning right here on YouTube, but I'll see you tomorrow live on TikTok. Not sure what time. Turn those notifications on, and I'll see you guys then. Be blessed. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying this information, but just in case if you was wondering, how could you get more one-on-one coaching just like this? First of all, you can ask just by typing it in the chat, or you can visit forstonconsultants.com/IMB. Again, the IMB stands for ILF Mastery Blueprint. So again, if you want one-on-one coaching, let us know. This is exactly what we do. And again, don't spend all your time in this room today without asking questions. As you see, we're giving out a lot of great information. So make sure you ask your questions just to make sure that you fully understand it. And then also don't forget, we give you guys a free strategy call. So we want you to watch our webinar. That's also at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, but also soak up a lot of this information that we're giving you guys on YouTube, and then schedule a free strategy call so that we can get on the phone to talk about how fast can